to do something different. God, do I tell her? And if I tell her, then I am going to lose her. I'll lose these boys that I just absolutely adore. I'll be kicked out of this home that is where we finally planted in. Mm-hmm. So what do I have if I tell her, God, I've got you, probably enough money for a cheap motel room. That's it.
Welcome to the Changing Lanes podcast. For the very first time, I'm sitting, first time.
Wow.
This is crazy. I'm sitting right here with our founder and executive director of Changing Lanes Ministry. His name is Brett Hendrix. And my name is Andrew Kennedy. And today, man, I can't believe we're doing this.
I can't either. I'm curious what's going to come out from all this. We got stories to tell, and I'm sure probably more than the viewers are going to expect.
Well, this is the perfect place for you to bring all of them.
Absolutely.
Man, tell us, why are we here? What is this?
Well, this podcast is something I've wanted to do for years. I've had multiple tries and starts, but never actually got to this point. Maybe because I didn't know who you were, Andrew, at that point. But
fair enough.
But really,
we're here now.
Yeah, my desire is, we've done Changing Lanes now for over a decade, and people find us from their counselors, Google searches, but I wanted a way for other people to know that there was hope, that it wasn't just try harder when life is hitting them, that when they believe God but don't know, can he actually help me, that I've come to him in the ways that I think I should. I want people to know that there still is hope, that there is nobody that is too far gone.
Yeah.
And that's my heart and desire for this podcast, is to share my story, let people hear the stories of those that have truly found that hope, that freedom. Doesn't mean it's perfect. It can be messy, but it's real. And we need to know that we're not alone.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big, big part of this.
I would agree. I mean, I think there's so many people who go through Changing Lanes, often saying, man, I'm so glad there's this safe space to talk about these things. I've gone so long feeling like I couldn't bring up any of this with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not sure what's going to happen on the other side of disclosure, transparency, and letting people truly see into me.
Sure. Yeah. One of the things messages I heard often earlier on when I was doing the ministry, before there was a lot of people that knew, they would reach out and say, can I get coffee or something with you? So, sure. So we'd meet at a Panera or someplace, and they'd say, okay, well, what's this about? Let me tell you my story. And after sharing my story, it's not that mine's any better than anybody else's, but they said, I heard myself in your story. Mm-hmm. For them, that dropped walls down, that, okay, maybe there is really hope.
Yeah.
And so that is, for me, that is that hunger and desire, is that, again, that hope to be known.
Yeah.
And it's not just a wish.
Yeah.
It is a certainty.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm willing to bet those people on the other side of that conversation with you probably felt like, man, if God can work in his life, then he can definitely work in me.
Oh, yeah, I'm just an average Joe. There's nothing special about me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for any person who has that certainty, yeah, God can definitely do a work in me, and maybe Changing Lanes is a part of that story. How would you explain to them what Changing Lanes is in the first place? Sure. Why should this matter to them?
Sure. Well, so I'll just start off. The vision of Changing Lanes is to see the church free from sexual brokenness. So sexual integrity is an issue that is worldwide. It is in the church. It's outside the church. But my heart is for the church, because the church has become unable to do what God's called us to do, because that integrity that has been lost in this brokenness causes people to backslide. They pull back instead of engage and push in and trust. So Changing Lanes is focused more on the church, those that know Christ and believe that he is their Savior. But at the same time, how can this man that I trust as my Savior not fix me? Mm-hmm. And so Changing Lanes is set up with 4 values, these core values that we hold to that play into everything that we do.
Okay, yeah.
The first one is probably one of the easiest ones to acknowledge, but one of the harder ones to grasp in relation to that this is real, that I can live in it, and that is hope. This is the hope of Christ, that we are a new creation, yep. that we can confess our sins and we are forgiven.
Yep.
Now, the focus that we have in this podcast and the areas of Changing Lanes deals with the sexual sin, sexual brokenness side of it, but this goes to all parts of life. Those that are feeling, that have dealt with abuse, those that are lonely, those that feel like God just didn't create me right, that he chose the good things for somebody else, but for me, I got the remnants.
Yeah.
And with that, okay, so Jesus, yeah, I see you, I praise you, I love you, I go to church, I read my Bible, all this stuff. But I don't really rest in that hope that you've said that you have forgiven me, that your grace is enough. Mm. So that is the first core value that we hold to, is that hope is a certainty. There is no maybe. It's there. Do we want to be able to rest in it? Most people don't know how to. Mm. So that's the first core value. So the second one is very similar in that it based off, it's the truth. So everything we do, we could choose go through with the changing culture, the winds of different ideas that come about, and let that drive us in what we do. Ours is the truth in Scripture. Everything is, if it doesn't come from there, then do we really need it?
Nope.
Exactly. Exactly.
We don't.
Because that is the one thing that has stood the test of time. Every time someone says, well, that's not needed, or this is better, those things fade away. Yeah. We all have this burning desire. There's this hole within us that only the truth can fill. And we can't get that filled if we don't even know what that truth is. Right. So we're going to hold to that in this. And most of the people that we work with and that come to us, they know some of that truth, but they don't really know it to where it is their life. So that's core value number 2.
Okay, we're rolling number 3.
Yeah, number 3, accountability. Yep. Okay, that's a word I think most people understand. But for us, that core value of accountability is something more than I sit across a table from somebody while we're having coffee and you're asking me some questions.
That's probably what most people expect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a big movement in the 90s, early 2000s, where there was this 10 core questions that were accountability questions that these men's groups would use and say, okay, so there'd be, have you been faithful to your wife this week? Have you been faithful in your finances? And work the way down, all the way to the very last one is, did you lie to me? Anybody that is struggling, yes. Yes.
I'm sweating right now.
I mean, that's a big question.
Yeah.
But anybody that has lived with secrecy, shame, you've already developed those muscles. You may not see yourself as a liar, but we have become liars as a way of protection. Not as deception necessarily, but as a way of self-preservation and protection.
Almost like saying, like, I don't know if I want to say this because it feels uncomfortable, therefore I just won't.
Mm-hmm. And so I'll give you a little flavor of something else.
Okay.
So that lie goes into, and I know we'll talk about this at a later time, but the idea that being honest with each other Did you lie to me? Well, honestly, no, I didn't. But if I'm being fully transparent with you, the way you asked your question to me, I'm able to answer that, but I'm not giving you the answer that you're really asking for.
Almost lying by omission.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And so accountability within Changing Lanes is multifaceted. We have it structured where there's 3 different layers of accountability. One, you do it with a group. Then you bring it down into a smaller group that knows more of who you are. Mm-hmm. And then accountability really starts to click when it's on that one-on-one. Mm. But if accountability is left only in the one-on-one, we're all busy. Mm-hmm. We all have lives. Culture keeps speeding us up faster and faster and faster. Yep. That a time to connect can be 5 texts within a 30-second span, and we consider, hey, I'm done for the day. I've connected with my friend.
Well, there's so much more life going on outside of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that, the one-on-one's important, but even if that one person is not there, I go to a place of crisis. If I don't have somebody to reach out to, then I start buying into that lie that I'm trying to get rid of, that I'm alone. I'm not worth it. Well, they've got everything that I want that I don't have, and theirs is going fine. So why? Why even try? And that why even try can be just taking you into despair, or it can even take you into much darker, deeper places to where we see people doing things that it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And we're all hungering for that connection, which is our 4th value. Mm-hmm. So we take the accountability, which is now we're connecting with others. I'm looking for a different word used, but I'm just going to go with it.
If it's a good word,
if it works,
it's good, use it.
Yeah, it connects us, right?
Connect to that. Okay, come on, keep going.
But connection is the one thing that so many of us, we say that we have, but if we stop and evaluate it, maybe not. We have a lot of people that we know that know us, but how well?
Yeah.
Is there somebody that I am so connected with that when my dad goes into hospital and I need someone to come watch my kids or something to that effect? Yeah. Is there somebody immediately I can call and they go? Right. Is there somebody that I just told my wife some of my darkest secrets and she's saying out and I can't be home tonight? Is there somebody that I can go to? Is there a moment when my life is spinning out of control that I can be honest with and they don't run? They say, Brett, yeah, let's keep talking about it. We're here. That type of connection we all long for. Yeah. That we can be fully present with them, transparent with them, and they don't budge. Yeah. Most people, you don't even get the chance to find out because we don't have the time. Others, we don't even find out because they're so involved in themselves that they don't allow space for you to drop the things that you need to with them, which sign of something that's issue with them going on as well.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
And so when we have that connection, then we believe and we can understand I do have value. Yeah. God, you do love me because you're not leaving me alone. You're working through others to help me see the truth, to understand the grace, to hold me to sometimes when I need the correction. Yeah. Or I just need someone just to listen. Yeah. Someone just to say, hey, you know what? You're still loved. Yeah. Those are the things that, we all hunger for.
Yeah, especially through the darkest parts of our lives. That, the way you're describing it, it reminds me of how someone in my life has told me before, most people are willing to share 97% of themselves, but that last 3% that remains. Yes. Who has the privilege of knowing that and loving you through it? Who do you trust to do that? And if you don't have anybody in that category, you're probably missing a prime piece of connection.
Absolutely, because that 3%, if we're talking about the 3%, that's where we base our identities. Nobody else knows it, but for us, that's who we believe is the real us. We will project everything else out, but that 3% are the core of who we believe we are. And so nothing can speak into it if it's not known.
Yeah. Who gets to see what happens in your life behind closed doors?
Mm-hmm.
It's a really important question to be able to answer.
Absolutely.
And it sounds like Changing Lanes is fighting for men to be able to answer that confidently.
Absolutely. I mean, it may be men right now, but that's something that we're trying to help parents and others as well to be able to experience.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, this has been my life mission for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah. So let's back up a little bit. 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
When did this mission drop on you? When, how, why? This is obviously a big part of your story. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today talking to me right now. I wouldn't know you because I wouldn't even have found Changing Lanes in the time that I needed it. So tell us, where did this all come from? Tell us your story there.
So this all comes from an 8-year-old boy bored on an evening, waiting for mom and dad to get dinner made up, flipping through an old cable box, and hit the premium channel buttons that were usually snowed out. And one night, the Playboy channel was not. 8 years old.
8?
8 years old.
That feels really early.
Oh, very early.
Wow.
Haven't even really had the talk yet about the birds and the bees. So, I mean, we're talking second grade.
Yeah. It can happen.
Yeah. And that day, that night, transformed my life in a ways that I wish it hadn't, but now I'm glad that it did. My parents were making dinner in another room. They couldn't see what was on the TV. And every time I thought they were coming around the corner to see, I'd flip it off to something else. But as soon as I knew that coast was clear, went back.
Mm-hmm.
I have a younger brother, 4 years younger than me. He walked in the room. He's the one I did not know that would actually saw it. And he came up to me, and said, "Hey, Brett, what are you doing?" "Nothing." "Why are you looking at naked women?" "I'm not." It's like,
Eject.
He's like, "Yeah, you are."
He's writing you out, and you're like, I don't even know how to talk about this right now.
I'm an 8-year-old boy, nice big fat glasses on and all that.
Oh,
back in the early 80s.
Oh, the 80s.
Yes.
I wasn't born yet. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. And he asked if he could stay. I was like, "Just don't tell mom and dad.
Yeah.
Don't rat me out."
Yeah.
So we had dinner. Didn't rat me out. We both go to bed that night. He has his room. I have my room. My parents tuck him into bed first and come into my room. "Hey, Brett, Brian said,"
He snitched.
He snitched. Younger brother, right?
I mean, honestly, praise God for that, but also like, dang. Betrayal. Okay.
Yeah.
So he told them, they come to you.
So I'm there laying in my bed, ready just to go to sleep, and it all drops. All of my junk, in essence, as an 8-year-old, just got dropped on me.
Oh.
So you got to guess what my first response probably was?
Did you cry?
No.
Oh. Did you lie?
Maybe. Or yes, I did. I told him, "No, he's lying." And they go, "But Brian doesn't lie." "Well, he is this time."
Bro, you gaslit him hard.
I did.
Self-preservation. Yeah.
And then they stopped. They said, "Just go to sleep."
Okay.
So 2 times they asked. I don't know if I could have held it a third. God knows that one. I don't. So that became my hook. So anytime mom and dad had errands they needed to run as I got older, I wanted to stay back and see if I could ever get that channel back.
Yeah.
And couldn't. So growing up then, middle school, high school, grew up in the church, grew up in this family. It's a good family. Nice nuclear family.
We love you, Hendrix. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. But I had my secret. And it turned into something that when I was ashamed, when I felt inadequate, that was my safe place. I grew up literally with a kid with the nice, fat, thick glasses on those lenses. Tried to play sports, loved sports, not so great. My social connections were, okay. Girls, not good at all.
No game?
There was no game. There was no game. So how am I married now?
Hey,
as
it
long as
worked out.
I just needed one.
Honestly, probably the grace of God didn't have any game back then, because who knows what would have happened.
Exactly.
But that was your circumstance.
Yeah. So in the midst of all that, where do I find my validation? It's in this mythical world that I see in videos or wherever I can. We had HBO in the home. And so Fridays after 10, you could find something. And because I did really well in school, my parents gave me as a gift cable in my room. Yes.
Behind the closed door, huh?
Behind the closed door.
Yep.
And they had no idea. So we're walking this road, get into high school, get in the youth group, smaller youth group, and I'm just a good kid. That's kind of where I was looked at. And I'd been defined also by another point earlier when I was later elementary that I was heading to my grandparents. They came pick me up. They live about an hour outside of Tulsa. And they had some friends with them, big caddy kind of car. So I'm in the back seat with my grandmother and her friend, and the guys are up front. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there and letting them do their talking, their adult thing. And one of their friends, I can't remember if it was the wife or the husband, goes, "Your grandson's a really good kid. He doesn't interrupt and stays quiet." It's an appropriate statement, nothing wrong. But for the insecure kid, that was, okay, that's who I am. That's who I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
My value is in my not being visible, in essence. So I'm a good kid because I don't bother them. Okay. So Brett is a good kid growing up because he's not bothering.
That became the label of your life.
Mm-hmm. It's something that was very, very safe statement that was misinterpreted in my head.
Yeah.
So move into high school, I get opportunity to have a little bit more of a leadership within the church youth group. And so I'm thinking, okay, God, this is where I'm at. I'm going to struggle. Maybe you'll help me at some point get past this. Graduate high school. Go to that last summer camp. And while I'm there, I really convicted. I don't want to do this. Well, we have our morning devotional times. So we all spread out over the camp, and I was on this creek bed by myself. Conviction was extremely high. And I can remember just screaming, because I knew nobody was around, "God, take this away. Take it away. I don't want it." Had 2 weeks success. Because it was on me. Because what in that one, I said, "Don't take it away," there was a qualification.
Yeah, unpack that.
The qualification was, but don't tell anyone. God, do a change in me, but it needs to be just between me and you.
Okay.
So it's personal. Nobody else needs to know, because if anybody else knew, I'm destroyed in my eyes. I will be ashamed, because my friends will be, "Look at him. We don't want to be around him." Yeah. What will my parents think? What, and so on.
The narrative, that shame was spinning in your mind. Was I mean, it was digging its claws in.
Yeah, because my world was already small. I was not the life of the party type, so I had good close friends, but I didn't have a ton. So if I lost, if I had others that found out, those close friends, then by just the relation of connection to me, I would think they would bolt.
Well, you were thinking about the question I think a lot of people think when it comes to sexual brokenness. So what would people think of me if they knew?
Exactly. Yeah, the scarlet letter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have a tendency to give those a whole nother level of scrutiny, that there is no understanding, why is this in play? What can I do to help? It's more, oh, that's you. Yeah. Let's cast off. For so many years has been the narrative.
Yeah. Very isolating.
Yeah. So at that point, when it came back those 2 weeks later, I was like, okay, God, so I guess this is how you made me.
Kind of just gave up.
Yeah, I gave up. Okay, this is who it is. I'm just going to not let it dominate me, but not work so hard to make it not a thing.
Yeah. It's not going to master me, but if it happens, it happens.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. Okay. So what happened next after this?
So go into college. First year I stayed local. And then my second year I was chasing this dream that I had since I was 5 years old to be an astronaut.
Oh, to the stars.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I had my head in the stars, definitely, until math hit me.
Didn't want to be a Neil Armstrong after all, huh?
Exactly. I was even in school in Huntsville, Alabama, which was because I'd gone to space camp my senior year. I'm nerding out for a moment here.
Good old Huntsville.
Oh, yeah. And while I was there, I hit my level and I realized, okay, I need to come back. What am I going to do? I'm going to go do the things I got to go back to school and I'll do what my dad did. I don't really have anything of my own that I know what I want to do because I'm so insecure in myself that I can't even think of it. Let's come back and do that. So I come back, I re-engage with the BCM, which Baptist Collegiate Ministries at the local school that I was at.
Classic. Yeah.
But back then it was the BSU, Baptist Student Union. So,
also classic.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. I got all kinds of acronyms I could confuse you with, but I'll hold them right there. So there's this local pizza place that the BCM met at and has extra room. I got there a little bit early before others did, and there was this girl that walked in. Well, this girl, I did not know, but she walked in and said, "Hey, you're Jackie's cousin." Well, I have a cousin that's a year younger that was at the college as well.
Mm-hmm.
A few months before I had moved back, my cousin calls me and we're talking, and she goes, "Yeah, there was this girl that was on the ski trip with us that saw your senior photo and thought you were cute." And I'm like, "Who? What's her name? Tell me." And my cousin said, "No, I'm not telling you the name. You guys are never going to meet. You're never going to be back."
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So here's this girl walks in that first night and goes, "Hey, you're Jackie's cousin." I thought I owned the place. I said, "No, she's my cousin." I was there first. Cool.
Ownership doesn't matter. Okay. And so.
Yeah. But I knew who this girl was from the previous year when I was there. She was dating this other guy. And so I didn't ever think anything. Really cute. Blonde hair.
Okay.
Blue eyes.
Okay.
Very life of the party. Kind of just opposite of me.
Sunshine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A few weeks later, there's a state retreat for all the BCMs. And we both, and a couple others that had to work and couldn't go down earlier in the day. So we all met and rode down together. And first I didn't know that she was going to be one that was going to be there until my dad dropped me off. Good old, you're still humble.
Yeah. Hey, have fun, kiddo. Thanks, Dad. Stop talking.
Yeah. And she's going to be in the car. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Can Mac Daddy do?
I'm really enjoying this inside look into where your mind was at in these years. Yeah.
So I'm right in the front seat. It's me and three girls. So just to put it in perspective.
What a player. Just kidding. Keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, and the girls they like listen to country music, and there was a song that came on that was what was the title of it specifically? I Want to Be Loved Like That.
Ah.
And so, as you can imagine, the lyrics in the song.
You're just feeling things. Okay.
How desperate was I? Christy, that's the girl's name, said, "Man, I wish I could be loved like that." In the song, I'm on the front seat going, "God, will you give me a chance?"
This is so wholesome.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Yes. The guy that is struggling with sexual integrity.
I mean, yes, that's happening. But, in the moment, you're like, God, just give me a chance with this beautiful daughter of yours, please. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we went to the retreat. We kind of flirted. And we got back, asked her on a date. She did.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. And so, was it 5 months later after that first date? Well, 6 months later, asked her to marry me.
Yes, you did. Wow.
Are you a little shocked?
I mean, I'm proud. I don't know if I could do it, but you did it.
Well, 3 months into the dating relationship, I told her, God's giving me pretty much of an assurance we're gonna get married.
Oh, that's awesome.
Except for her eyes about bugged out.
So she was like, "Okay, cool. See you later."
Yeah. Go and take me back to my parents' house now.
But
yes,
you kept dating.
Yes, we kept dating. I was the romantic, draw little pictures and notes and all those kind of things. She worked at a summer camp that summer. So we really dated more like 3 months because she was gone at camp for all summer.
You dog.
Okay, this is me just pulling back the curtain a little bit. I would bake cookies and have them sent, mail them over there as well as notes and different things.
Bro, you were down bad.
I was so bad. And the problem is that everybody else at the camp, all the other staff, loved me because they all ate the cookies.
Oh my gosh. Not even about Christy at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yes, you're in this.
Oh yes, this is a
full
summer
pursuit.
Yeah, that's summer in '94. So October, I asked her to marry me. She says yes.
Let's go.
I am now in Stillwater going to school. I'm in my first full fall semester there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're engaged. She comes up and starts going to school there in January. We get married that August of '95. And that's where the story really starts to change because, as I mentioned, she had a personality different than mine, which, God seems to do that with couples, that they're usually opposites. And for me, when I met her, what drew me so much in loving her and wanting to be around her was that I didn't have to feel pressured to be outside of myself. I could stay still in my shell and just live through her. So if we're going somewhere, she'll do all the talking and all that stuff, and I can enjoy the conversation and throw in a thing here and there. But it wasn't on me because those muscles were not strong.
Yeah, so you got very comfortable in the background.
Exactly. Yeah, I was happy in the background.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize was I thought also that by having somebody that was opposite of me, that I would find my identity in them. Mm-hmm. And then that would help me with all of my secrets that I did not tell her. Mm-hmm. So I'm married. I've got someone that's filling all of the voids that I had about myself. Then I should be all right. What I didn't know, that I think every married man does know, or even probably every wife does too, the person you marry is also flawed.
What?
Yeah. So heads up, just get a little marriage advice for you there.
Yeah, let me put down the tool belt real quickly.
Yeah.
She's also flawed. Yes.
And so with that, I'm like, well, great, God. I thought maybe this was my last chance. What hope do I have?
Man, that's hard.
Yeah. As we're finishing school, we're trying to get the classes done. We've got to make ends meet, so we're both working as well. I'm flipping burgers. She's waiting tables. Our schedules, we don't see each other a lot. Mid-90s, so we get our first computer. Back in the dial-up days, so anybody that's back from those days, I'm sure you can get the old logging on AOL sounds in the back of your head.
For the record, I know what dial-up is, Brett.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel a little bit better about myself. I appreciate that.
Just want to make that known. So, yes, you have your first computer.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, all right. Hey, great. I love sports.
Classic.
So when she's working, I'm going to just see, okay, what's the scores? What are the stories I can find? All that. That only lasts for so long. And then you get kind of, okay, I think I read it all.
Get bored.
Yeah, you get bored. So, wonder if, which then led into finding stuff. Mm-hmm. The problem with sexual brokenness is that it is never content. Ever content.
Always thirsty for more.
There's got to be something else. So what came from just looking at stuff came to chatting with people. Chatting wasn't enough. So then I started talking to people on the phone. We graduated school in 97, got my first job, and we moved to Phoenix. So winter of 98, January 98, we moved to Phoenix. That was about killed our marriage. Christy was the first time that she had been away from family. We're not doing well because I've got these secrets I'm holding on to that are escalating.
And she knows nothing at this point.
She knows nothing. She has some suspicions that something's wrong, but doesn't know exactly what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not engaging with her on any level with it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything stays superficial. So for me, the escalation then goes to where I cross the line I was never going to cross. See, for me, I wanted to tell her early on in the marriage, even before then when we were still in Stillwater. I'd heard this podcast back then, it was a radio program. There was this football player, Hall of Famer, that was on this episode that I was listening to, and he was talking about his issues with infidelity and how he and his wife were forgiven. And they forgave him, and how that was the marriage was restored. So I thought, okay, I can do this. And in doing this, I'm going to have to tell her, but do I trust her through it all? So I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to tell her. Right now, at this point, it's only pornography. Only that. That's what I'm telling myself. So
Only.
So we start talking, and I'm getting ready to tell her. Every fear flashed right before my eyes. And the words that came out of my mouth were, hey, what should we do for dinner tonight?
Ooh, pivoted.
And did not go back. Made a hard right, get away as fast as I can from that thought. I crossed that line that I figured I never could cross, never come back from, that I met somebody. For me, it was not about the emotional connection. It was about the adrenaline rush, that dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm.
So there was never the full-on affairs, but it was who could I meet with to connect with to fill that void.
So this was like anonymous encounters, not anyone you knew really?
Right. It was people that, it was through, back in the day, AOL. You started figuring out, okay, where are these different rooms or whatever, you can connect with people that maybe wanted to meet up.
Mm-hmm.
And it became that. Our time in Phoenix only lasted a year. I lost my job. The company I was working for said, hey, you're going to have to relocate for about a year or two up to Minneapolis while we're building this building. And you can come, we'll send you home every few weeks on the weekend but I was like, knowing myself, I was like, nope.
No shot.
No, I know myself, and that is going to cause me to be in an environment that I will go wild. No, because there is no accountability at all. Right now, it's already working in the secrets and trying to manipulate where time can be found. There, I don't have to even worry about it. So I said, no, I can't make it. So 2 weeks later, the head boss came in and said, time to pack it up.
Okay.
So lost my job. We ended up moving back to Tulsa. And during this time, we're like, now, okay, we really want to have kids. And it's time to start trying to have kids. Struggle, have issues. Christy gets pregnant. It's March of 2001. We're excited.
Yeah.
Maybe this will fill that void that's going on between the two of us. If we have a child, we can come together.
Because at this point, she still has no idea what's been happening.
She doesn't know any of the details of anything that happens. She is sure something's going on. She had even asked me the question of, are you having an affair? For me, I'm having one-offs. And so I'm like, no.
See, that goes back to how did you phrase the question?
Yeah, I was technically being honest, but I wasn't being transparent.
Exactly.
So I felt in my mind, I answered you. But she still, she knew that wasn't right, but she didn't know what else to ask.
So something's going on, but now you guys are pregnant.
Yep.
And there's a hope that this will bond you closer or bind you closer.
Okay. And then she miscarries.
Oh, wow.
That tore both of us up. For her, I remember the moment she's laying in our bed, just in the fetal position, just hurting.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And what should I be doing as a husband? I should be right there with her, consoling her, comforting her, just being there. Because I have not dealt with my emotions throughout life, I've always shut them down, bottled them up, went to this other place to be able to avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. I went into the other room that we called my office, closed the door, and started searching. Because that was the only way I knew how to handle this pain that was now just filling the house.
Yeah.
Move forward. Somehow we get pregnant. We get pregnant again. A month later, I lose my job because I working for an architectural firm that handles one of the big retailers across the country, and that retailer wanted to diversify where all their projects were being done, not in just one or two places.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to downsize. I was one of them, being a construction manager. Now I'm unemployed, can't find a job.
Okay.
So I'm at home trying to renovate this house we just moved into because it needed a lot of renovation. We're still struggling. We have the birth of our first son, Braden, in May of 2002. Marriage is operable. It's probably about the best word.
Operable, but not optimal.
Right. We're managing. We're not thriving or growing.
Okay.
We get pregnant with our second son 9 months later.
Dude.
Yeah.
The miracle of life. It just keeps coming.
Yeah. We were struggling to have kids, had the miscarriage, and had one. It's like, okay, God, just open up the floodgates.
Like, hey, we're not going to block the blessing. Come on, Lord.
That's right. That's right.
So another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Another one. And he's right before he's born. We move again.
This is crazy.
It is. We had a 2-year thing going on, moving. Anyway, totally different story. So both of the boys are born. I finally landed another job, one I did not care for, but it was a job. I could hide myself within the job, get online, stuff, had my own office, those type of things. And so I'm miserable. I'm still doing the things that I shouldn't be doing. I'm still finding people to connect with. Then I see this picture. That's me holding the boys in front of our house, this new house. I am severely overweight. I mean, just bloated. And I can see in my own eyes in this picture, just deadness.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is not what my boys deserve. This is not the father that they should have. And so that starts convicting me.
Yeah.
Now, in the midst of this time, we're in church. I'm in a men's small group. There was a guy in the small group that had talked about pornography and what he was doing to deal with it. That when he was traveling, he would go and put the TV. And this is when, not flat screens. This is back when you had the big, deep TVs that you had to go to the gym to work out to move them.
I remember. Yes.
He would take those and put them in the bathtub so that he would not be tempted.
Genius.
Yes. He's telling us in our small group, we're all circled up.
Yeah. And what are you
And I'm sitting right beside him, and I'm and internally, but I'm thinking, you're a freak. And anybody else thinking that I'm doing the same thing? Please don't let this be. You look at him and go, oh yeah, Brett, that must be you too.
Oh gosh.
But they didn't. So I'm in the midst of all of this.
Yeah. You're checking the boxes with being in church and all the things.
Absolutely.
Being a good Christian man.
Oh,
but
absolutely. But I could not get past myself. Christy's now set. November of 2004 is where we're at now. We're sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
She is going off to a women's conference for the weekend. The boys are still young. Braden would have been 2. Camden would have been a little over a year. So yeah, 2 and 1. So they're early bedtimes. I found somebody that would say, hey, I'll come to your house after your boys are asleep. Everything I had done up to this point was outside the home. Keep the home safe. I don't know where I had those integrity thoughts before in the midst of all this lack of it, but that was considered, that's a no-go.
Right. No fly zone.
This time I say, okay, let's do it. While Christy's gone. This is a Friday night. So get the boys in bed. And I think God just slapped me. Because that thought came in my head so hard, so fast that I did not see coming was stop her from coming. Don't do this. So I reached out to her about 30 minutes before she's supposed to show and say, don't come. And by the grace of God, she didn't. So Christy comes home from a women's retreat. Can you guess where she would have been standing on kind of the spiritual highs and lows?
Oh, yeah. She's probably at an all-time high. Discernment's probably high. She's like, Jesus!
Yeah. I want to see Christy do it just like that, though, sometime.
I mean, yeah, I'll talk to her at some point.
Okay.
Like, hey, can you do it for me? Jesus! But, dude, she's coming home just hyped up.
Yeah, she's hyped up, and I am feeling more depressed about myself, more shame kicking in.
The scales are completely tipped.
Oh, absolutely. So she comes in. I can't remember if it was a Saturday night, Sunday. She came home. I don't remember specifically, but I remember on Monday night, she got a phone call while we're laying in bed from her sister. And they were talking about her sister was sharing with her that from their home church that they grew up in, that a person that was very influential in their lives, that before he was influential in their lives, he had an affair, but had been restored. Sister's calling to tell Christy he did it again.
So restored, but not really healed.
No, not healed.
No.
And it was the words that Christy said back to her sister that pierced me. And her words to her sister were, how could his wife not know? While I'm laying right there beside her in the bed.
Oh. Yeah, what's going on in your head as you hear that, as your wife is saying that about someone else, while she herself doesn't know what's going on with you behind her back?
And what I'd almost done 3 days before, or 2 days before, whatever that was.
Yeah.
And I felt the guilt level amped up another 1,000%.
Through the roof.
I didn't sleep well that night. Next day I go to work, which is at a job now that I have that was my in-laws helped me get. So there's that. And I'm sitting there looking at my screen that has this AOL buddy list that's not a good thing of over 300 people. The thing was ridiculous. With people that I would be more transparent with than my own wife about how I felt looking at it. I got to do something different. God, do I tell her? And if I tell her, then I am going to lose her. I'll lose these boys that I just absolutely adore. I'll be kicked out of this home that is where we finally planted in. My friends are married to her friends, and they're through the church. So I'm going to be losing my friends. I'll lose the church. And that job that my in-laws got for me, I'm pretty sure that I'll lose it when they find out. So what do I have if I tell her, God, I've got you, probably enough money for a cheap motel room. That's it.
The fear is kicking in at an all-time high.
Yes, but the scales are, instead of being so off, they're starting to even out a little bit in my head. Okay, so this is what I get if I tell her. And if I hold on to things, the things that I had that were so heavily weighed down before don't have the same weight. And that is, I keep my secrets. which keeps the weight on my shoulders, that I'm constantly exhausted from having to watch out, covering my tracks, making sure that no one outs me when we're in public, to continue to do all of these things that I know I shouldn't do, but make me feel good, that excite me, but I know are so wrong, that I can talk to openly, that 300-person buddy list. All of this, I can hold on to it, or I can let it all go and say, God, I'm going to trust you and give myself completely to you and tell her and go wherever that takes us.
Yeah. So what'd you do?
By the time it was 5 o'clock was starting to roll around, I said, okay, God, I'm going to do it. Got about a 20-minute drive home from work. So as I'm driving home, knowing back to that time that I was going to tell her back in Stillwater, that like, I'm going to go back and end up doing that again, God. I need you to do something. I need you to help me. Make me sick, something. Just something. So I get home, pull the car in the garage, get out of the car, take that first step into the house. You want to guess what happened? Nausea just overwhelmed me.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, I'll go do it.
I mean, yeah, it must have been terrifying to confess. So what was giving you the courage to finally do this?
That I had to. I had to. I could not keep, I was dying. I'm dying inside. And so I got to take the hope, Lord, that you will make me alive. You'll restore me. So I went to go look for her. She was in one of the back rooms of the house. The boys weren't in there. And I'm in the hallway. And I get her attention. And she turns around and my knees are weak. My eyes are watering up. So she can tell something's up. And she just got a loss of the words for a moment, which was not normally Christy. And I told her, I said, I cheated on you. And I have this issue with pornography. I'm expecting her to walk over to me and just start pounding, just beat me out of pure anger and frustration. She walks over to me. Her arms start to raise. She hugs me. And softly says, we're going to work through this. I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that.
How did Christy's response to you shape your understanding of grace in this moment?
It was beyond anything that I could grasp. To take the idea of being thankful, I couldn't quantify it at that moment because it was so off the charts of being in shock as well.
Yeah.
Now, a little fast forward moment. Christy confessed to me years later. She thought I was telling her that I was leaving her and the boys.
Oh, no. You were scared she was going to leave you.
And so she was in her head, she said that when she thought that was happening, she's like, I ain't letting him leave me. I had to raise these boys alone.
She's like, I ain't doing this by myself. Who do you think I am?
Exactly.
No.
So even though
Not the case.
our motives were not perfect, God was in it.
Yeah.
He was in it completely.
Yeah.
And the timing he was in, that is the same night that my small group met. And we rotated houses. Can you guess whose house it was that night?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was my house.
How do you bring all these people into the house after you just had a conversation like that?
Well, so Christy, when small group comes to our house, well, she had a small group that she met with. And she asked as she's getting ready to walk out, she said, can I tell somebody? I can't keep this all to me. I was like, yeah, you can tell. And there's one specific person that she said that she wanted to talk to. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So she leaves. The 4 guys in the small group show up. Before we get into our stuff, I stop them because I got to tell you something.
Yeah, baby. Come on.
So my expectation before they walked in was that this was going to be a short meeting, that they would be pissed and walk right back out when they find out.
Most would assume that.
Yeah.
But
I told them, and almost to a man, they said, we don't agree with what you've done, which I'm glad they didn't. But it was the second thing that they said that was what just reinforced what God was doing. But we'll walk with you through this. I'm not alone. My greatest fear for all these years, I'm 30 now. For 22 years, I was afraid that I would be alone if anybody ever really knew. And he just told me, you're not. Yeah.
That still gets you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I sit with it, that's a big deal. I told Christy that I would do whatever it took, that we get into counseling, knowing that counseling was going to be a weight. I found an online accountability, sexual integrity kind of thing to do. And so I did whatever it took. And I told her, you can ask me questions. That night, I told her, and this statement still holds today, you can ask me any question at any time as long as I'm still alive. And I will answer it without any pushback, anger, isolating, any of that.
Wow.
And she's had times when she's used that just because the doubts will pour back in on occasion, because I hurt her that much. So we got into counseling, about 2 years of counseling. God's faithful. He blessed us with a daughter towards the end of those 2 years. And that little girl has had me wrapped around her finger even before she was born.
What's her name?
Corbin.
Corbin.
Yes. She's daddy's girl, and she knows it.
Being the youngest and the only girl, comes with some benefits, I'm guessing.
Oh, absolutely. So 2 months after she's born, there was this desire that was coming inside of me. Someone needs to know about my story. I need to tell the church. Or at least start with our Sunday school class.
Wow.
Remember, this is the insecure kid. The one that was not wanting to ever talk.
Yeah, you were not looking to be on the stage.
No. So I went to our Sunday school class leader and said, hey, chance I can share my story? So sure, why not? We'll do it next week. Didn't prep anybody, really. I think maybe at the last moment, maybe mentioned something. Hey, Brett's going to share his story tomorrow or something to that effect.
But they didn't know the contents of it.
Nobody, only just that one lady.
Oh.
She's the only one that knew, except for our best friends. So a few months before, we had told our best friends finally. I told him, and they said, you know what? We'll sit beside you at the front of the room while you share your story. The class averaged 12 to 16 people a Sunday. That Sunday, anybody that had ever shown up showed. They kept bringing chairs in. The room was at capacity. There was like 30 some odd plus people in that room.
Bro, you thought this might be like 10, 12 people. God's like, no. We're going to pack this place out. You're going to share everything. Oh my gosh.
So I did. And the old Brett made the statement when he was done that I understand if you think I'm scum of the earth and you don't want me around. I totally understand and I will respect it. That lady that my wife told the night that I confessed stopped me as I was saying that. And she said, Brett, no, I have more respect for you now. Uh-huh. God keeps showing up. He showed up twice that night, many little instances down throughout the journey. And then here's another one in front of all these other people, some that may have been judging me. Who knows? There was many guys in there I'm pretty sure were squirming in their seats. But there was this one woman that said, no, I have more respect for you now. I didn't get that. Did not understand it. Just other than there was grace.
Yeah. You didn't have to understand it then, but you needed to hear it.
Oh, absolutely. And then all the midst is Christy's on staff at the church now in their children's ministry.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. That next summer, she asked the pastor, my requesting her to ask the pastor if he'd be interested in us telling her story to the whole church. Because see, what I haven't shared is the last 2 years that we were being redeemed. I love to sing that, kind of like the forest, the tree in the forest. Nobody knows that I sing if they don't hear it, which is to their benefit.
You've never even told me this, by the way.
Yeah, because you don't want to hear it.
Lift a joyful noise to the Lord. I can't promise it'll be good, but he loves it. Yes.
It'll be so good. That's on key, right?
We'll come back to this soon. So yes.
No. We're done with that part.
Okay. No. He's sweating. If you can't see him, he's sweating, guys.
But so I had just found Jeremy Camp and some of his stuff at that time.
Yeah.
And he had this one song that became a song I just liked to sing while I was driving home from work. My desire. And one of the key lines in the chorus is, my desire is to do your will. It went from just singing a song that I liked to it became a prayer, an audible prayer. And now it is coming out in action in a way that I didn't realize it. That nothing I had planned for. So we met with our pastor. He said, yeah, I'll give you guys 10 minutes. Then when he heard the full story, he goes, hold on a second. Scrapped everything. We're interviewing both of you. The full service, both services. Okay. Yeah, thank you. People in the church know our families. Neither one of our parents knew why we went to counseling for 2 years.
Oh, so they have. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's great. This is great. This is great. God, do your will. Use it.
So that was a Thursday. We're supposed to be speaking on Sunday. So Friday. Hey, Mom, Dad, what you doing? Can I come over?
Oh, you're like, we need to tell you before we tell everyone else.
Absolutely.
Great wisdom on that.
Thank you, Lord, for giving it to me.
Yes, but also that expedited the process.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably a lot quicker than you expected, I'm guessing. Okay, great.
So I had to kind of force it down. So I told my parents. My dad was very quiet. My mom asked a lot of questions, but they showed me grace. Saturday, Christy invited her parents over. When I asked my father-in-law for Christy's hand in marriage, famously within the family is a line that he used, I haven't found anything wrong with you yet. I just gave him the yet. So he had every right to destroy me, really. Justifiably. He and my mother-in-law, I think we're stunned. But they said, if Christy's forgiven you, then so can we.
Another picture of grace.
I mean, God just keeps clearing out mountains.
Oh my gosh.
To something that I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So Sunday comes. We have, we're all prepped. They got us mic'd up. We're sitting on the front row. Of course, anxious, nerves, everything's just flying. And then they introduced us and we were walking up on the steps to go up. It all just disappeared. And we're up there. I'm just telling everything. And it's more of hope than it was of me feeling in fear.
There's been a shift.
There has been a shift. And in the midst of this, we decided that we would have them, that we'd share our phone numbers and our emails. And so at the end we said, hey, we're not experts, but we've walked this journey. If you need someone to walk it with you, here's our contact info. So now the job that I have has me traveling across country, which you think is a bad thing for a guy that is an ex-sex addict. But God was doing things. So I get to DFW to get to a connecting flight that morning, turn on my BlackBerry. We're back in 07. Let's go back to there, back when devices were still kind of safe.
What a time.
Yeah, what a time.
Let's go back. Help us, Lord.
Yeah, and so it's about 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning. I had some early flights, and I turn it on, and the first messages that pop up were two people asking for help.
Okay. So you've shared this story a few times now. Once in that class with the 30-something people, to your in-laws, and then publicly to the church. Also, of course, your best friends know this as well.
You're right.
And now you're getting people who are coming to you asking for help.
Yes.
So when did you start to realize that this was no longer a one-time testimony, but there might actually be a bigger calling?
When I saw those messages.
That was the moment.
Yes, because I saw it. I immediately called Christy, and she goes, "Yeah, I got one too." From a wife.
Okay.
And the words that I told her at that time, there's a lot of things I don't remember, but these are some of the things I do remember very well.
Yeah.
Was I think God's got something else for us.
Cue changing lanes.
So
the birth is coming. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the summer of 2007.
Yeah.
So I travel across the country. So I'm like, great. How am I going to get prepared? There's not a lot of courses or I can't go get a degree in sexual integrity.
Yeah.
There's no
Who wants to
such thing.
teach that anyways?
Yeah.
It's still kind of taboo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's basically every man's battle is about the only resource that's really out there for guys. So I'm looking for any things that I can. What I'm going to do. So I have a lot of time. My area of territory that I cover, so we're in the middle of the U.S. Most of my territory was West Coast. I mean, from San Diego to Seattle, everything in between, Denver, all that. And also I got Canada thrown in on me. So, nice. and Hawaii every once in a while.
Yeah.
Not glorious. It was a quick there and come back. Anyway, totally different story. But lots of airtime.
Yeah.
And a Wi-Fi on the planes was not really great at this time or cheap. So I had DVDs and books and everything, and I studied. That's where I had my free time. Nobody could bother me. And so I was doing all this prep and started meeting. I met with my very first time I met with a gentleman. It was 3 months later in the break room of a counseling center on a Sunday afternoon.
Borrowed space.
That's where it was. To promote the ministry at that time, I was just calling it a restoration ministry. There were neighborhoods that surrounded our church. So Sunday after church, I would go and I created little flyers and went and put them on every single door for hours. Wow. So I got this. So the two guys that reached out, they were still interested at this point. So I started meeting with them one-on-one and did that for a little bit. Then I had a gentleman that was really becoming a mentor and an encourager to me as our story came out and he got to know me better. So just a couple of years later, he goes, "Hey, you ever thought about doing groups?" Drew, do you know who I am? He's like, "You'd be great at it."
No, thank you.
No, one at a time is plenty.
But
God being God,
yeah.
he took that and said, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. So far, none of this is sounding very glamorous to you.
No, but it feels like it's what I'm supposed to do. There is no conflict within me each time that I say yes to these things.
It wasn't glamorous.
No.
But it was obedience.
So I'm traveling all over the place. So how am I going to have time to do this? So Saturday mornings, meet with guys. It started out 6 months. Then as things kept growing, it would grew into a year to a year and a half. Then on Monday nights, that counseling office that they offered me an office space and allowed the groups at that time to start meeting. They were at a new location that had more space. So that's where we started meeting on Monday nights. And then some time at the church we would do as well. During this process, before it actually became the group, as I'm doing some trainings, I had ideas like, okay, I need to call this something different. Restoration ministry just kind of, anybody can call it that. What's something? Changing lanes. That's interesting. Maybe. Let me write it down.
Yeah, what about that?
So I reached out to my friend Dustin, who was the one that sat beside me when we shared our story. College roommate. Go Pokes. I got to throw it in
You
there.
could not say it.
I had to. He'd be mad at me if I didn't.
Oh, okay.
But his background was graphic design and marketing. So I said, hey, what do you think of this name? He's like, oh, that'll work. Help me design a logo? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So our logo today, courtesy of Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the name now. Guys are starting to be referred to us from the counselors in this office, and a couple other places are starting to hear about the guys that have finished. They're telling some people. And I'm starting to reach out to different places. And God's put it on my heart this idea, maybe I should be doing this full time. But I'm thinking, no. This is just a side thing. This is all this is.
This isn't super developed yet. There's no 401k.
There's, yeah.
Yeah.
But in 2013, the company I'm working for is looking to be purchased by another company. So I'm like, is this time that Changing Lanes is supposed to go to a full-time ministry? So I apply for our 501c3. I talk to donors, only get about 20% of what I think would be needed to launch. Okay, God, I get it. Not yet. But that desire is still in me. It's not of me. There's no way. It just doesn't, it's not anything I'm looking for. Next year rolls around. The company gets purchased. And I'm told, you either move to Florida, Chicago, or LA, and you only get a 5% bump in pay for coverage of the cost of living. That doesn't seem right. And at this time, my oldest one has been diagnosed with Asperger's when he was young. And in the ministry, I'm thinking, okay, there's no way we can move. We can't. Our support system's here. The ministry's established here now. So June 4th of 2014 was my last day, and I launched into ministry with a severance package.
Yeah, baby.
and had my first office within that counseling office to be able to start running the ministry. Now, our groups that we were doing at this point were there at that office at churches. We had one church that said, yeah, you can do it on Wednesday nights, and here's the room. Oh, yeah, but everybody in the church will be walking past the room as you guys are meeting.
Nobody wants to be seen.
But we still had 16 guys sign up.
Wow.
Yeah.
They knew that there was something here that could help them, and they wanted it that badly.
And that group changed the direction of the ministry. We've had board members. We've had even still have some current leaders that came out of that group. One of them started giving us access to his insurance agent's office conference room. So we had guys 16 guys stuffed around a table for about 8. That one. And then COVID came around.
Global pandemic.
Yes.
Shelter in place.
Yes.
Stay away from each other.
That's right.
Nobody's meeting.
And at this point, we just gotten a foundation that offered to give us a grant so that we could get our own place. So while everybody else is scrambling during COVID, we're building out of space.
What an upside down kingdom. Here we go.
It was. And if you step back to 5 years, there was a hunger to get the ministry that I always say, thought it was going to be local, nothing big. This is just where I'm supposed to serve. And then the idea started popping, no, this needs to be more. Not because I want it. It's just, that's the idea that's popping in the head. And it's like, and really testing it. Is this of me or not?
Yeah. Could be me, could be God, could be gasp. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah. So I'm at a men's conference and get to have a table for changing lanes at the same place was where Christy and I, that retreat we went to when we first met. And while I'm there, sharing with some people that came up to the table, asking about it, tell them kind of what my plan is. I desire to launch some online groups, and I'm looking at these different options. Nothing great. And one guy goes, so there's this new thing that just came out. I think you really should check into it. His name's Zoom.
No. The Zoom stocks were going up, man.
There was no Zoom stock at this point, I don't think.
But it was on its way.
Now, that thing is with those groups, how am I going to get people from other parts of the country to know that they want to sign up? God had an interesting plan. So I've been told I've got some big balls for doing this. But Craigslist was still a big thing at that time. Craigslist. You do know what Craigslist is?
Yes, I know what Craigslist is. I'm just asking, what did you do with Craigslist?
I'm sorry, you're giving me a little bit of a...
No, I'm not a fetus.
I'm feeling a little ageism. I'm kind of,
Hey, 28 here. I know what Craigslist is for all of our viewers wondering. Ageism is real. Keep going.
Yes. I took and put ads into the personals. Said, hey, I know you're looking for a girl, but someone to hook up with. Maybe you want something different.
That's actually really brilliant. Probably frustrating for them, but brilliant on your part.
So I threw it in the Atlanta, the Dallas, Chicago, the Houston, all these big LA, all these big cities.
Yeah.
Didn't get anybody out of it. I got a few responses. I got a few responses. Some of them I cannot talk about here. Had one guy that goes, man, that was ballsy. I'm not going to do it, but I'm really impressed. Like, okay.
I was here to pick up a chick. And instead, you're trying to tell me how to pursue healing.
Uh-huh.
Great.
So our first online guy actually came from, there was a pretty popular guy that does radio, social medias, and he had posted a story about Ted Bundy's interview with Dr. Dobson, where he talks about a lot of his issues that came from pornography, started there.
Wow.
This person that posted it, huge following. So by the time you might see something an hour after it's posted, there's thousands of comments. This was a Sunday morning, and I saw it 5 minutes after it had posted. Not very many comments yet. Hey, if this relates to anybody, there's a group called Changing Lanes that might be able to help. There's this kid out of Florida. He's a kid. He was a young teacher, single. So I want help. We got some guys out of Texas, and then it just started and just continued to build. So we did these groups, individual of the groups that we had in person. Then in 2020, when COVID hit, we were very fluid with Zoom. So we flipped all of our stuff to Zoom immediately. And as we're coming back, we took those two separates and brought them together. And so now we have hybrid groups. And what's been crazy is to watch through that process. We've now had over 200 men graduate. We've had individuals in 19 states.
Oh, this is reaching further than you ever thought it would.
Yes. Yeah. One of those guys is originally from Guatemala.
Uh-huh.
We've got another guy that was going through the program that ended up in India. That still connects back in with us.
Come on.
We had the opportunity to speak to youth at different camps and churches. The number is somewhere in north of 3,000 students that have been able to work with and speak with. We've had parent forums that we've done them here locally. We did one as a webinar that we reached across the U.S. and Puerto Rico.
Come on.
We've launched a group just for wives of the men in our program 2 years ago.
Okay, that's huge.
Yes. So the wives that felt alone in this, that their worlds are rocked, the castle's destroyed, didn't know where safety was. We now have a place for them to come into community.
Yeah.
To be able to say, okay, I'm not alone. There's others that I can share and they get it, just as our men get that same opportunity.
Yeah.
So my heart is to continue to keep doing this. I want to develop groups for pastors because our churches are mimicking culture. And it's unfortunate. There's so many that need that help. There's
I'm very passionate about that as well.
So there's a huge area of the other things that I'm looking forward to where Changing Lanes go. It's God's been planting these seeds in my head like he has everything else.
Yeah.
They just haven't time for them to start to sprout yet.
Yeah.
And so this podcast has been one of those. And here we are. It's sprouted.
Here it is. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So
this is all out of desire just to share my story in case it helped one person.
yeah. So Changing Lanes, as we know it, this is where it came from.
It is.
And the name itself, you refer to the logo that your friend Dustin made for you. It kind of influenced the name.
Right.
So tell me, help us understand Changing Lanes, why that name stuck, the meaning, the metaphor, all of it.
There's so many different areas that people can take from it. The main one is that, I mean, if you look at most of our journeys, if you want to look at the highway analogy, we're on it. Most of us will get so busy in life, we'll be in that fast lane, and we're stuck there. There's some that life's all right. That's not too bad. It's not too great, but I'm okay. I'm going somewhere. So when I stay in that middle lane, we got the people that know that things need to change, and they're starting, and they've moved over, and they're in that outside lane now. Like, I need something different. I can't keep this pace up. And then those that'll take the exit. That I got to get off this. I got to have something different. And that idea of changing lanes is, I can stay where I'm at.
Yeah.
But each time I make a change, if that change is less about me and more of trusting that I don't know this journey like I think I do, but there is somebody that does, then I actually have direction. I actually have hope. I actually am going to get to a place that's better than where I thought I was needing to go.
Yeah. That's a powerful image. So how have you seen men take that exit ramp of grace in this ministry? Is it just at the start, or is it throughout the journey?
So this is not an easy thing for most to step into. Not everybody comes to the place where they are entering Changing Lanes on their own decision. Sometimes they're caught. They're trying to save everything that they can. And so they're looking for something just to do. There are some that the conviction was there like it was for me, and I need something. So the process and the journey varies per individual. There are those that come in so broken that they'll do whatever they need and allow God to walk them through to where they truly are able to surrender all these things that they haven't been able to.
They're desperate and they're willing. Yep.
There are those that come in that are just wanting to save their marriage. There's a lot of chipping away of the pride that has to happen to be able to say, okay, I do need to surrender this. This isn't about just saving something. It's actually more about losing everything to gain exactly the one thing I desperately need over everything I'm trying to save. So that journey is different for each individual.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we have some that come in, they will play the system or they'll give up, and they knock back on our door asking for help after the feds have knocked on their door. And then that's that. Now it's cost them their ability to be free. But they know that even though they're not going to be free in society, they still want to be free of this. They want to be free with Christ.
Yeah.
And so let's go. Let's walk.
They might have missed the exit back then.
Yeah.
But here's
Yeah.
another opportunity
Exactly.
to still take the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to fall into grace.
Yeah, the road's going to be rougher.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can still get there.
Change that lane, baby.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Big emphasis on the grace of God changing people's lives.
Absolutely. Too many have come thinking this is just behavior modification.
Mm-mm.
It can't be that. If that's the case, then it's back to willpower.
White knuckling.
Yeah, which is things we're going to probably talk about in future episodes.
I think we should.
Yeah, this idea of control, in that white knuckle of that I can fix it, I can do it. It's not going to cost me everything, but it does.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you want to let it go or it will be pulled away from you. You will lose everything. It just depends on which way it's going to go.
Mm. Yeah.
One will bring heartache, one will bring redemption.
Yeah.
Because this is so much more than just idea of just a recovery. Like I said, the behavior modification, just steps. This is the idea of being redeemed, restored.
Yeah.
And we're not giving you a book and saying, hey, just go do these things. This is walking with you intentionally.
Yeah.
In those areas we started off talking earlier about the accountability, that you're going to be challenged, you're going to be questioned, that we're doing it together, we're doing it with others,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can be free.
Yeah.
Because this is something that we can't make. This isn't something that changing lanes fix you. No, it's God that does it.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's our Savior Jesus Christ that died on the cross for us.
Yeah.
That we surrender all control, surrendering our lives to Him, and understand He's already paid the cost for everything that I am trying to find myself.
Yeah.
All of these empty containers that are not getting filled. It's Him. It is Him completely.
His strength.
It is His strength. It is His redemption.
Yeah.
It is His grace and His mercy. That is where life is found.
So would you say that a big piece of the heart of changing lanes is the fact that freedom is found in weakness, not in strength?
Oh, absolutely. My life verse is 2 Corinthians 12:9.
Oh, come on. Take us there, Pastor. Where are we going? Take us there. Cue the praise break. Come on. What does it say?
So this is Paul speaking. And he said to me, referring to Jesus, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. So then Paul responds by then, there we go. Get a little hung up on that one because it is my life, though. That's why I should be able to split this out, right?
Yeah.
Grace is made perfect in weakness. So then I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses. And why does he say that? He says, so that Christ's power may rest on me. Our strength is worthless. It is His strength that is everything. So that is the freedom. The world needs it. The church needs it. Our friends need it. Our family need to be able to hear, not that God does change us, but what are the things that He's changing us from?
Yeah.
If I know that you were at the depths and God freed you, then maybe that He can do the same thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't gloss it over. Don't make it look pretty. Let's be real and honest.
Yeah. And that just taps into the truth of the testimony of Jesus, what He has done in one's life and what He might just do in another's life. There's a ripple effect there, but it starts with knowing, it starts with seeing, it starts with receiving hope based off of what you've heard from someone else.
Yeah.
So, talk a little bit about that, about how personal transformation can affect others.
So if I'm willing to share what Christ is doing in me, and I don't keep it private, we're supposed to be the city on the hill for our lights to shine.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you all about Jesus, and the Holy Spirit can convict you. But it's crazy how much more we actually listen to it when we hear how and why he's changed you. Those early men that I met with, again, they joined and they came and wanted help because I heard myself in your story. We all have different backgrounds we come from, but we all come back to the same story. Yeah. That we're all broken, we're all sinners in need of a Savior. It all just has a different flavor. Mm. It all is the same need. And so by us sharing that freedom, that's going to offer hope. Mm-hmm. That's what this world desperately needs.
Yeah.
That light will destroy the darkness.
Every time.
Every time.
It's just what he does.
Mm-hmm.
That's heavy, but it's hopeful.
Yes. Now, really? I do want to put one little asterisk, really little bitty asterisk. Yeah.
Okay.
Not everybody's going to take it. I can offer the hope to everybody I meet, but it is their choice whether they're going to accept that is real. Hmm. So I can be discouraged if someone doesn't walk down that road. You could have that if you shared a story with somebody and they's like, oh, okay, that's great. It's a great story. Not for me. And then they move on. Mm-hmm. My call is just to tell. And that's where the ripple effect happens. Knowing that it's not going to be 100%, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And so for those that are listening or watching to this, to know that, specifically like if it's a wife listening, I want your husband to be free, is what I want to tell them. Mm-hmm. I can't guarantee. All I can do is pray that he would be so convicted by the Holy Spirit that he would surrender to that conviction. Because he has to. We can't force this on anyone. Mm-hmm. No one can force it on anyone. Christy couldn't force it on me.
No. But she could walk with you through it.
Exactly.
Because you chose to pursue freedom.
Mm-hmm. And I know that she prayed for me through this. Mm-hmm. And through that journey. And those prayers were answered. Not in my timing, not in her timing. It was in God's timing.
That's right.
And he's still doing things. He's still transforming our lives.
So let me ask this.
Yeah.
For the people, maybe the people who are listening right now, mm-hmm. or maybe it's someone who's listening on behalf of someone they know who's mm-hmm. dealing with this. Mm-hmm. You know, for anyone who's feeling stuck, mm-hmm. what is one first step that they can take toward freedom?
One, acknowledge you're not alone. You are not too far gone. Romans 8 tells us that there's nothing that can separate us from him. That is Christ's death on the cross is not conditional on how much did you sin, how far you went in it. It completely covers it. But you have to acknowledge him and come to him as that he is the Savior. That's one. Sometimes that's going to look like I've got to go tell somebody. It may be they come join a Changing Lanes group. Changing Lanes may not be the perfect place for everybody. I definitely believe in it. But there's more out there. We're just one of many. So if you're unable to get into a Changing Lanes group, there's many others out there that are across the country. Mm-hmm. There are some that are very ingrained in churches. There are some that are just para-church ministries. Go find one. Mm-hmm. Start somewhere. And because you're not going to be able to do this alone. The white knuckle doesn't work. And most people are probably already know that. But we still hold on and believe that, well, the next time that I can do it, I don't have to tell anybody. I can be accountable to myself and God. We're good. There's a reason why God gave us others to do life with. don't abandon it.
Yeah.
So get into a group. Men, if you're going to confess to your wives, get a counselor involved. One of the greatest things that damages a marriage beyond just the confession is having multiple confessions.
Mm-hmm.
So have someone to be able to help you share it all. Also, don't buy the lie that she never needs to know until you're healthy. You'll never get there. You'll never be healthy enough. And then you're going to be so imbalanced in the marriage that the trauma that she finds out will cause, and if you're healthy, that it's going to make it even harder for her to find the healing from being rocked by this. So it starts with that. I will tell parents, don't give up on your kids. This doesn't define them.
Mm-hmm.
Wives, this doesn't define your husband.
Mm-hmm.
There is somebody there that God desperately loves and wants to save.
That's right. Wow, we've covered so much ground today, and I'm excited for how much more we'll get to dive into in episodes to come.
Absolutely.
This is crazy.
Yeah, we've got some stories to tell.
Oh, I believe it. And so truly, we just want to say thank you to everyone who's been listening to Brett's story today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your curiosity about this topic, because a lot of people don't really want to talk about it, but you choosing to listen and choosing to dive into this says a lot. And so stay tuned for what's coming. If you know someone who will be encouraged by this episode, we will encourage you to go ahead and share it with them. Don't delay. Be bold in it. You never know what's going to happen on the other side of your obedience in that. And like we said, there are a lot of stories to come, a lot of opportunities to hear from leaders and people who have been deeply transformed by Christ in the area of sexual brokenness. And I really can't wait for us to dive into more, man.
Absolutely. And if there's somebody that needs help, they can go to our website, changinglanes.org, or even download our app that we now have to be able to get information about our groups, to register, or even to give. We're a nonprofit ministry, so we need support to be able to continue to do this podcast and to be able to continue to reach all those individuals that are seeking help.
Yeah. And help they will find.
That's right.
That's right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.